Okay, this one not less than greater than 0, so I got to subtract that 16 first. It's got to be a 0 on the right. I have a difference of squares. Haven't heard that word for a while. So 3x times 3x, 4 times 4, plus and minus. Making my zeros negative 4/3 and positive 4/3. So those are my zeros. Those are like my boundaries. So I'm going to investigate the numbers less than negative 4/3. I'm going to investigate the numbers between negative and positive 4/3 and the numbers greater than 4/3. So a number less than negative 4/3. Negative 2. Between them, 0. Use 0. And greater than 4/3, 2. Don't use a fraction unless you have to. But again, it does not matter what number you test with, as long as it's smaller than 4/3, between these two numbers, and greater than 4/3. So these numbers don't matter as long as they fit into that place on the number line. Okay, so I plug it in. Plug in negative 2. 3 times negative 2 plus 4 ends up negative. 3 times negative 2 minus 4 ends up negative. Negative 6 minus 4, negative 10, which gives me a positive. When I plug in 0, 3 times 0 plus 4, positive. 3 times 0 minus 4, negative. And I end up with negative then, positive times negative. And I plug in 2. 3 times 2 plus 4, positive. 3 times 2 minus 4, positive. And I end up then positive. Positive times a positive. So we want the numbers, go back to my inequality, that are less than 0. So those are my negatives. So we're looking right here. So these are the numbers that worked, that gave me a negative. So the numbers between negative 4/3 and positive 4/3, not including those numbers though. Yes?
How do you know what it's going to be not including and including?
If it is, back to our goal 9.1, if it's less than or greater than, those are my parentheses, but less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, those are our brackets. Okay, next example. Not equal to 0, so we need to move that 3 over. So add it. And then we factor. I'm going to go with 4 and 2. I don't know if that's right, but I'll find out here in a second. It works. 3 and 1, 12 and 2 is 14. Double check that you're correct. Outer times outer, positive 12. Inner times inner, positive 2. 12 and 2 gives me my 14. So my zeros are negative 1/4 and negative 3/2. Okay, so let's be super careful here in this question. When I put this on a number line, which number's to the left? Okay. That's kind of hard to get the right answer when you can't put it on the number line correctly. Okay. So, a number smaller than negative 3/2. Negative 2, negative 3, doesn't matter. A number between negative 3/2 and negative 1/4. You're like, I don't know!
-1/2.
-1.
Negative what?
1.
Negative 1? Did we have to do a fraction there?
No.
A number greater than negative 1/4?
0.
0. All right, so negative 2. 4 times negative 2 plus 1. Negative 8 plus 1. Negative. 2 times negative 2 plus 3. Negative. So that's positive. Negative 1. 4 times negative 1 plus 1, negative. 2 times negative 1 plus 3, positive. That's negative. 4 times 0 plus 1, positive. 2 times 0 plus 3, positive. Positive times positive is positive. I'm getting to ones that get different here in just a second. Okay, we want greater than or equal to 0, which are positive numbers. So positive numbers are going to be in this area and in this area. So that's going to be negative infinity up to and including negative 3/2. And then it's going to be including negative 1/4, the positive infinity. And again, our brackets, because it's greater than, are equal to. So again, we're searching for the area of the number line where my answers are going to work, where my x's are going to work, where the values are going to work. Last one, nope, that's not. Okay, my next one here. Get it equal to 0 first. So I'm going to have x to the third minus 9x less than 0. Take out a common factor of an x. And I'm left with x squared minus 3. No, not x squared minus none. I'm getting to my 3. Less than 0. Then I get a difference of squares. So I have x plus 3, x minus 3 is less than 0. Okay, so this time I have 3 zeros. The first one is 0. And then I have negative 3, and I have positive 3. So I have 4 testing areas. So a number less than negative 3, negative 4. A number between negative 3 and 0, negative 1. Number between 0 and 3, positive 1. And a number greater than 3, positive 4. Hit myself here. Okay, so we put our testing numbers in. Again, it doesn't matter what testing numbers you pick, as long as they are numbers within that piece of the number line. Because the number doesn't matter, it's the sign that we get. Okay, so I plug in negative 4. When I plug negative 4 here, it's going to be negative. It's going to be negative 4, so it's negative. Negative 4 plus 3, negative. Negative 4 minus 3, negative. Negative, negative, negative is negative. Plug in negative 1. Negative 1 for x is going to be negative. Negative 1 plus 3, positive. Negative 1 minus 3, negative. A negative, positive, negative is positive. Plug in 1. 1 is positive. 1 plus 3, positive. 1 minus 3, negative. A positive, positive, negative would end up negative. And 4. 4 would be positive. 4 plus 3 would be positive. 4 minus 3 would be positive. And a positive, positive, positive is positive. All right, so we want the values that make this less than 0. So that means we want negatives. So our answer is going to be these numbers down here, on forever, and the numbers between here. So we're going to have negative infinity up to negative 3. And we're going to union that with 0 to 3. So everything below negative 3 will work, and the numbers between 0 and 3 won't work. I think I have 2 more. All right, so my next one here. It's got the 0, that's good. Factor, we gotta take out an x. And then we break into our 2 parentheses. 5 and 1, looks like 4 and 1. And then we check it. Outer times outer is 20. Inner times inner minus 1. 20 minus 1 gives me my 19. So my zeros are 0, positive 1/5, and negative 4. So make sure you put them in numerical order on your number line. Okay, a number smaller than negative 4. Negative 5. A number between negative 4 and 0. Negative 2. A number between 0 and 1/5.
1/6.
1/6. A number greater than 1/5. 1. All right, so negative 5. Negative 5 here is going to be negative. Negative 5 here is negative 25 minus 1 is negative. Negative 5 here is negative. Negative, negative, negative is negative. Negative 2. Negative 2 here, where the x is negative. Negative 2 here, 5 times negative 2 minus 1 is negative. Negative 2 here, negative 2 plus 4 is positive. So that's a positive. 1/6 here is positive. 1/6 here, 5 times 1/6 minus 1. Negative. And 1/6 plus 4, positive. And that's going to end up negative. And then my 1 here is positive. 1 here is positive. And 1 here is positive. And a positive, positive, positive is positive. And we want the numbers that are greater than or equal to 0. So that means we want positive numbers. So they include these here, between and including negative 4 up to 0, unioned with, including 1/5 to positive infinity.